Welcome everybody to PokeGuardian Podcast episode 45. This is the last of this current format we're going to be doing this podcast, as you'll see. So me and Zakariya have been doing this format since the beginning, and I'm going to be moving on. So Zakariya will be taking over and changing the way that things are done going forward. As most of you might have known, my focus has moved slightly away from Pokemon, but I'm still passionate about Pokemon and what goes on. So we'll have the change going forward just to freshen things up as well. And Zakariya will be leading with that. So, Zakariya, shall we start with our usual segment?
Yes, but first, sorry to interrupt you. I want to thank you very much for being an awesome host for the past 4 years. To give you some background information on why this podcast even started, right? Before we end this format as we know them, right? 4 years ago, I wanted to start a podcast. I was just casually talking to you, right? Yeah. I had plans for a podcast, and I said to you, I wasn't very confident in my English speaking abilities. And then you offered to me, hey, why not let not me be a host until you are confident enough to speak English and be actually comfortable on a microphone. And to that I said, yes, that is an excellent idea. And the rest is history. Yeah. And why we are doing this now is, again, I fulfilled my promise to Taj. As Taj just said, he has different plans. You have noticed that if you follow PokeTaj, not TCG Taj. Yes. But fast forward to that, we have different plans now, and our work-life schedule is just also very drastically different. Yep. The way I want to do this now more consistently, and with that solo, I can do much more than, not necessarily because Taj is a bad person. I'm also, scheduling is just very difficult. And we have, for the most part, we had different working schedule as well. Yeah, if if you are doing a podcast with two people not in your area, you will know why we are separating essentially from each other. Is this the end? No, but this format, yes, will end. Taj will probably be featured on it as a guest, or even host some himself if he still likes to. Always welcome. Yeah. But again, thank you very much for being an awesome host, Taj.
No, you're welcome, and it's been a pleasure working alongside you and helping you support to build this.
Thank you, man.
Getting your confidence up to the ability where you're comfortable going forward. So I've fulfilled what I aimed to do, which was to help you to make this podcast grow and be able to carry it forward on your own. So
much appreciated, my friend.
Excellent. Okay, card showcase. What have you got for us, Zakariya, this month?
Well, I will skip all the past because the last episode was from March. Yep. I will skip all of that. If you want to see some of my pickups from between that period, feel free to look at my YouTube channel, of course, PrimalLugia. But this is one highlight that I picked up. This is a Ho-Oh EX from what we know in English is EX Unseen Forces. This is a Japanese variant. I picked it up from a car shop, and it was like a condition 6, which is like excellent, right? Some slight damage. And it actually turned out to be absolutely minty. This has a shot of being a PSA 9 or 10.
Fantastic.
Very, very happy with that. You don't see that every day anymore for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
These cards are becoming super, super difficult to obtain. And it will match nice with my Lugia EX. Another one, 151 is, it got a nice reprint, a huge reprint actually, and I smashed all these cards right away. Opened some packs. Here's double Giovanni. Awesome. Here's Master Ball Mewtwo. You can't see it on camera, but this is
you
like...
You can see the Master Ball there.
Yes, absolutely insane. This is my favorite card of 151. Yeah. I think many share that opinion as well.
Yeah. Akira Agawa artwork as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Agawa has been really, really getting the recognition she deserves.
Oh, 100%.
And I think if I were to pick a modern artist right now, my favorite is Akiragawa. And I think gotten a huge following the past 4 or so years.
Yeah.
Here's one as well. Very nice. Giovanni's Charisma, Spy Hardware, and all of the rest is nicely tucked away in my binder. But all these reprints going absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But I think I'll end it here for now. And Taj, what did you collect the past 6 or so months?
Well, not too much Pokemon, to be fair. As most people know, my focus is the One Piece card game, which surprisingly Akiragawa does a lot of artwork for as well, which is another reason why her growth in following as well as Pokemon. But I did do some trades with a local friend at my locals where I play One Piece, and I managed to obtain a few SARs that I didn't have in my collection. So I got the Gita in English, which is very, very nice. Again, really nice card. And I love the SARs. It just catches the Pokemon trainers in their natural environment, just chilling out, and we got Rika as well there. And
a
then,
lovely one.
Sorry?
A lovely one.
Yeah, I just love it. Really, really cool artwork on both of those. Just very chilled. But yeah, I've got tons of One Piece alt arts in that meantime, but I'm slowing down on the Pokemon. As most people know, I do collect full art supporters in English and Japanese, and I'll try and get as many of the SARs as I can. I'm still going to continue to do that, but I've learned there's no need to rush it. The longer you wait, the lower the prices get, and you can pick some things up in trades as well. So yeah, those are my pickups for this particular podcast. Right, should we move on to our first section?
Yes.
Let's have a look at SV6A Night Wanderer. So you published this on the 6th of June on the PokeGuardian website. All SRs, ARs, SARs, and UR cards were revealed. This is quite interesting for me because I've been out of the loop a little bit. This is the first time I'm seeing these cards, and I have to say they do look stunning. The Dusk Noir line especially looks really amazing. I do like that style. And it is by one of my favourites, James Turner, the man who created Poipole, the character, which is my favourite Pokemon, and does a lot of work on the Nintendo games, creates a lot of Pokemon characters as well. If you follow him on X, he does sort of like daily doodles, similar style to these. So the artwork looks absolutely amazing on those. But what are your personal preferences, your personal favourites, should I say, from
honestly,
these?
James Turner, really, really nice style. Very simplistic style. Loved by many, of course. Recently, they did a nice Pokemon Center USA merchandise line.
Yeah.
Very nice, honestly. I wished for merchandise on the TCG end as well. Imagine that merchandise line as a playmat, or for example, right? But it's a big shock to me that James Turner, after all these years, is doing some art finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, what a debut, a debut again. Because the last card was from Black and White, something like that. It's like the pick or something or whatever. This is very amazing, really. And on social media, this went semi-viral on my Twitter, on PokeGuardian page. Absolutely insane. And well-deserved as well. It's a nice card. It somewhat matches. It's like evolutionary line of the Dusknoir line. Very nice. Some of my favorites, I really like the Houndoom by Taiga Kasai. I really think it's quite underrated how cool this card is, this Houndoom. Why? I just love the... How do I want to describe this? There's a lot of techniques applied there.
I was about to say that. There's a lot of layers and techniques and different styles involved in this card, but it's not overwhelming. It's done in such a subtle and artistic way that it really, really does pop off, doesn't it?
Yeah, looks very dynamic, but still it's quite static. It doesn't give you that feeling. It's too crazily, you can see some blur and this and that motion blur as well. But I really think that the Houndoom is well drawn. Really love this style, and I think this is my favorite from the set. I think the cult classic of the set will be the Persian.
Yep.
And already got quite a lot of memes on that art.
Yeah, including one of myself looking out the window waiting for the DHL driver to arrive.
Yeah, I think that card won in that aspect. It will be remembered as such. Yeah. And on that end, I think all the archers have been amazing so far, the past 3 or so sets. I know you haven't been catching up, but the archers are getting better and better every set. And archers are, in my opinion, I've stated this many times before, well and truly the best ever thing they have done this generation. And they don't cost much. No.
Exactly, yeah. And art trays are things that I've been collecting all the art trays apart from the last few sets, and I'm going to go back and collect those once I sort of get a chance. But as you say, they're stunning artwork. They're full art, full frame, and they allow the artists to be a bit more creative than you'd normally expect them to be on a normal Pokemon card because of the extra real estate they've got to play with. And the results are amazing. And I just think they're fantastic cards. And the majority of them, as you say, there's 3 of them in a booster box, usually in Japan. So they're very easy to obtain, very, cheap. But you're getting something special. And I think 10 years down the line, we're going to look back at these with nostalgia and think these are one of the best, as you say, one of the best things out of this generation. We can get all the glitzy cards with all the texture and all the bling and glitter in them. But the artwork on these never lets us down. I don't think there's a bad art tray that I can think of, No. Even this Tapu Bulu looks stunning, It just really catches the atmosphere, and most of these cards do. I think that's what's really, really impressive about these art rays.
Yeah, and it does help that there are, I cannot count anymore how many artists have been, new into this, scene. And some are literally having a debut with an art rare. Like this, this Tapu Bulu as a new artist, if I remember correctly. So imagine that, debuting with an art rare. Fully expressing not necessarily fully, but almost expressing, here, this is my style, instead of, having half art. And that is something that Creatures is doing very well, really. Yeah. They are knocking out of the ballpark with that. And I'm not even touching all the SAR cards. Just, I can dedicate the whole podcast on just talking about the art rares. Yeah. And that's the power of Scarlet and Violet. And now we are talking about the SCR cards. Yep. Yeah. If I can start, Cassiopeia, or sorry to spoil this, Penny, finally got her own dedicated card. Yeah. Why they did Cassiopeia not first? She was secret, of course. Yeah. She did not show herself until the end of the game. But very cool special art rare. I believe this also by a new artist, Burari.
Burari, yeah. But I love the art style. It's an image from within the screen looking outwards. Yeah. And
very well
this
done.
Is absolutely stunning. It's definitely a card I'm going to have to try and pick up. But yeah, I'm assuming it's quite expensive, this particular one. No, it's very cheap. I think it's like 5,000 yen, if I'm correct. So that also saying a lot of the market right now, which is all a different topic, and likely touch that topic with a very close friend very soon. Not gonna spoil who, but that is a nice card indeed. Yeah. Do miss an Umbreon, should have been there, but I think many people will agree that Sylveon is a very nice alternative. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But other than that, really, the Loyal 3, including the Passurant, they are nice, but they are not my very favorite, honestly. Do like them, just not my favorite. And that's really why I just prefer the art rares. Because there are many people, many Pokemon that you just know and are familiar with. And down the line, I will get familiar with these new generational Pokemon. Just not now.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these I'm seeing for the first time. So that's the full arts. So I'm like, wow, I don't know what Pokemon they are. But we have got some interesting supporters here, which are coming back from the black and white era, aren't they? By the looks of it, we've got Colress.
Colress back. Janine is back with a totally new card and art.
Yeah.
No SCR, unfortunately, which is a shame, but the Loyal 3 got their spots, unfortunately. Yeah. Zarosic from X and Y is also back.
Yeah.
With a very nasty card too. Well, I don't want to go down to specifics, but it's a very nice card that will let you discard cards. So if you know what I mean, Taj, that is hinting that it's not a nice card to get against. But really, really cool cards. I think Colress was by Hungry Clicker. And you can see the tie, by the way. Also got separate texturing.
Yes. Yeah, you can see the sort of
the button.
glittery effect on the...
Yes.
On
that
the
is very cool touch.
The front. Yeah, very nice indeed.
But other than that, cool cards, not the best ever cards.
Yeah.
Again, I stated that before, the art rares make me just very happy.
Yeah. I think, again, as you say, the art rares win this time round as they have been very much recently. Okay, so let's have a look at our next topic. So it's Scarlet and Violet Shrouded Fable special sets being revealed. Ukiyo-e woodblock art style cards. So obviously, let's talk about this. It's been revealed, as we say, it's going to include 3 Ace Spec rare trainer cards, 5 Pokemon EX, and 1 Terra Pokemon EX, 15 illustration rares, 10 ultra rare Pokemon EX, Terra Pokemon EX and support cards, and 5 special illustration rare Pokemon and support cards. There's 5 hyper rare gold etched cards and over 95 cards. So this is slightly smaller set than what we're used to, isn't it?
Yes, this is a special set.
Yep.
And it will be partially based off Night Wanderer.
Yep.
And on top of that, there will likely be fillers, from what's it called again? The Battle Academy, for example. Kingdra EX, which is also from Night Wanderer, will also be in there. So it's a nice in-between set. However, what this set is very interesting for is, I don't know if you have seen the promos yet for Shrouded Fable. They are on the top there in the article.
Yep.
They'll, again, like you said, they'll feature Ukiyo-e artwork promos, and that is well and truly, I think, something spectacular.
Yeah.
And I think the digital cards don't do it justice, because there's like a layer of special art glitter on there taken from TCG Online, ruining essentially the card.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, that's quality.
Yeah.
They should have done this way earlier. Before.
Absolutely. Looks absolutely stunning, the artwork on that Kingdra EX and the Greninja EX as well. Absolutely amazing artwork. And the finish on it. You can see, if you click on the images on the PokeGuardian website, you can bring it up and see. And you can see there is a lot of complexity in the layers of texturing there.
Yes.
The glitter, it does really look absolutely beautiful. The style is amazing as well on those two. And talking about King Gambit as well, that looks like a stunning looking artwork. Obviously, sort of like it's almost like a pencil crayon type style art, but it does a really good job on it.
Yeah, I do think this is a modern twist on Ukiyo-e, right? But honestly, super stunning. I think these promos absolutely make the set. I don't think Night Wanderer as a set isn't special enough to me, and also as well, but this might be also TPCI exclusive. We don't have any information how Japan is going to handle these promos. And apart from Kingdra EX, these 2 cards, the Greninja EX and King Gambit, are reprints. So maybe this is high class pack material, and we'll talk about that later in the episode. So stay tuned on that. But honestly, again, it will also be legal for Worlds Championships, by the way.
Yep.
So that is very important to note. The competitive player already knows this. But that is a very interesting layer. So we are getting our first World Championships with a new format that hasn't been proven yet. So free for all, essentially.
Yeah, and it's always interesting because this is coming out, as you say, August the 2nd.
Yes.
So it is going to be legal for the World Championships. So literally, people will probably be playtesting as soon as they get a chance, because they know it's going to be...
Absolutely.
There's going to be some game changes. You always get one or two cards which can make a huge impact onto the meta or certain decks. So yeah, it'll be interesting to utilize the cards once they got the ability to do that. So yeah, interesting to see. And obviously, again, we have got our Pokemon Center exclusive as well included in here. So you'll have the stamped promo with the Pokemon Center stamp on it as well. For the ETB for Pecharunt.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
So it said, yeah. But yeah, absolutely, really interesting. Always good to get with the traditional August release special set. Just at the end of the summer holidays, just going into September for that holiday season as products start rolling out, ready for Christmas when people start doing a lot of their shopping for that time of the year. So yeah, always good to get a new set. And as we said as well, there are pack promos with the whole King Gambit line, which is an interesting product as well. Yeah. And then obviously the Kindra EX box looks really good as well, with plenty of packs in there. And as being a special set, you won't be able to buy these booster boxes separately, but I think they would, as they have done for previous sets, do the booster bundle.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 6 booster packs booster bundle, so that'll be interesting to see as well as the traditional tins that they've been doing as well, which when you put them together create an image, so that's really nice as well. Right, shall we have a look at the Scarlet and Violet Stella Miracle official reveal? So this is a really interesting one. It's the 5th set of the year. It was revealed at the Japanese Championships live stream, and it's SV7 Stella Miracle. It's going to be released July the 19th, so just over a month away, and it includes legendary Pokemon Terapagos EX, which appears in Hidden Treasures of Area Zero Part 2, the Indigo Disc download content. If you've played it, this is where I sort of really miss out. I don't play the game. Yes. I get to a point where I can't find the time to get deep into the game, so I never get to the point. So I usually see these when the cards are getting revealed. But there are a lot of new Pokemon, obviously. There's a new Glistening Crystal Ace Spec card, which is really interesting, which I'll let you talk about. And a new supporter, Crispin, as well, from the Hidden Treasures Area Part 2, that's been introduced. So, pack artwork looks absolutely stunning, I have to say. Includes the wonderful artwork of our poster EX, which you're going to have to tell me.
Terapagos.
Say that again.
Terapagos. If I'm correct. If I'm correct. I'm not good as well with pronouncing Pokemon.
Yeah. Terapagos. Yeah. I think that's how you say it. Terapagos. Yeah. But yeah, it's a standard set. 30 packs, 1 booster packs with 5 cards, 5,400 yen for a booster box, and the set contains 81 cards plus. So it's 81 card set. What do you think about this particular set and what's been revealed so far?
It's a modest reveal. There have unfortunately been some card leaks before in English, on which I'm not going to mention any more than that. You can see it on internet, which again, fortunately, is a real leak now confirmed. What this set, I think. Let me start from the beginning. Stella Miracle is based on Stella type Terra Pokemon. This is like all types of how do I want to say it? It's like all types, right? Like for example, water, grass, and etc. You can see it on the cover as well. Many colors in there, and in the game it's a feature. It's an extra layer. Unfortunately, in the TCG, I don't think it's going to be well translated. You have elemental energy types, like water, cross, lightning as an attack, for example. And that's it. It's under the same Terra type label. It's the same features, same abilities, nothing else. Just elemental attacks. Some are good, some are bad. But that is what it really is. Nothing fancy. Yeah. No stellar type label. Just a Terra type card. If you can follow it.
Do you remember Sun and Moon when they tried with Silvally GX? They tried the discs, didn't they?
Correct.
And that was one way to try and translate changing the typing of a character, which was a normal. I think it was a steel type or a normal type.
I think.
And then you'd put you'd add the disc items to it to be able to give it a different typing or moveset. But
correct.
It's very difficult to translate in-game mechanics to the TCG in an effective way, especially when you've got limited deck sizes, where each card slot is so important. To be able to dedicate something, to be able to change a typing of your Pokemon, to give it a different move can be very, very complex. So yeah, as you're saying, they seem to have addressed this by having specific moves that require multiple colours to be able to pull them off, which historically we've known could be quite complex because of the way that your deck build. And it'd be very tricky for those kind of cards to be meta relevant unless you get stuff like triple color energies like we've had in the past as well, which can make things a little bit easier. But again, then it depends what sort of mechanics you have that counter against special energies. So there's lots of complexities when it comes to deck building and building decks around these. But yeah, they're trying to do it, and that's what Stella Miracle's about. We're going to see it. Introducing some new mechanics with different attacks, let's say.
Also, to finish this for now, because again it's a very modest reveal, the deck build box introduced new designs of energy cards, which features like the Terra Crystal shards in the background as a silhouette. That is something noteworthy. We will see that likely in the future, who knows, with I think when is the new set coming? Let me have a look. After Shrouded Fable, yes, September 13, Scarlet Violet 7. That is the new set. Yeah. That should, it's my suggestion, my speculation, that should be featuring those energy types.
Yep. And these deck builder boxes are really, really great for first time players, especially in Japan. So remember, in Japan you don't get energy cards in your packs. So this is really good because you get your energy blocks here with all of your energy cards, so 96 basic energy, which is great. You get special energy in there, plenty of trainer cards and 16 Pokemon as well. So for players who are just starting out, who might have just got starter decks, who are now looking to build upon that, they can get this kit. And then with a high class set coming out later, a couple of months down the line, they can start building decks with the best cards of the year alongside this. You know, you got your Radiant cards in here, which are very, very playable. Like your Charizard and your Greninja come as standard in here. You got your Iono. So really playable supporters and trainer cards in here, as well as Pokemon to help you just sort of start your deck building journey. So really useful product for those in Japan. 4,200 yen, very affordable. Product launches July the 19th. And obviously the box it comes in doubles up as a storage box as well. So you can put your decks in there once you start building it. So yeah, really cool product. But very interesting to see where they're going with this. And the first time we're going to see from this expansion with Terapagos EX. Should we move on?
Yes, let's move on
to the next news article. So this is really interesting. So we always talk about, and I know you love your stats and your numbers, don't you, Zakariya?
Yes.
We love looking at the breakdown, but we've just seen another new topping figure release. Pokemon Company released their worldwide sales data for 2023-2024 as of March 31st, so the end of the financial year. They sold 11.9 billion Pokemon cards. That takes the lifetime total up to 64.8 billion. So what they're saying is, it is essentially 1/6 of all Pokemon cards sold were sold in the last year. That is staggering, considering how big Pokemon has been for the past 25 years as a card game.
That's insane. 18% of the lifetime sales was in this fiscal year. 18%.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
And I don't see any company doing this really ever since the anniversary. They have actually been increasingly selling more cards each year. And I would really have expected, this fiscal year, maybe they have shipped less, right?
Yeah.
But no, they have actually slightly sold more than the year before. That is absolutely amazing to me. That's a feat that no other company can pull off. Only like the likes of Apple and Tesla for and Nvidia, those kind of companies, right?
Yeah.
That can come close. But just for a amusement, game selling so much, that is really impressive, honestly.
Yeah, and I think the introduction of the Chinese mainland market has made a huge difference to that as well, because it's been extremely popular over there, and including some products that have come out of there being extremely popular overseas as well. People trying to get hold of Chinese products and specific cards and box sets, exclusive sets that have been revealed and released in China. So that helps. So the Asian market has grown.
Yes.
New countries pretty much being added over the last few years. That's really helped the growth. But generally the collecting market for Pokemon just been getting stronger and stronger, I think, over the years.
Yeah, people, not necessarily investors, but everyone is saying now, hey, the market's now cooling down, this and that. Don't open boxes anymore. Don't buy anything anymore. And, this is proof that really Pokemon is going nowhere. It is rock solid. And that's always been a discussion, right? When is it going to break? When is it going to, to crash? Essentially, those terms have been, being mentioned so much. And yes, we are now in a weird situation in read market. But sorry to say this, but anniversary is now, I think, 2 or 3 years away now. It's very close again. Imagine that, what they can do. They are now essentially at this stage making the 30th anniversary set, because it will take a long time to produce that. They've acknowledged that themselves, Pokemon Company International. This is really, again, really, really impressive. Also, again, like you said, they have increased the number of regions and countries. 2021, 2020, 21, it was 76. Now they have expanded to 93 countries and regions. That is a big expansion. And we've discussed in our last year, I said India is a huge market in Asia, which they still haven't done before.
They haven't tapped into 1 billion people.
That is what I literally stated last year, and I am really waiting for that. I think Arabic countries, not really as big as India, but also in Saudi Arabia, it's been expanding as well. We have seen Dragon Ball Z amusement park is getting built there.
Yep.
Huge opportunities for Pokemon still lying ahead in the future. I personally think it's going nowhere. I think you share the same opinion with me, Taj.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Pokemon's growing. Obviously, it's one of the most recognized brands in the world. It's growing a player base very strongly. It's a good game, easy to pick up, and it's aimed at the younger generation as well. So, for young kids looking to start playing a card game, it's one of the easier ones to learn, but a difficult one to master, let's say. So you can quite easily get into Pokemon, learn the basics, understand how to build a deck, and because of the structure of the tournaments around having different age groups as well, it makes it accessible for all age groups, I think. Having experienced that with my son getting into the Pokemon card game several years back, was he started the game when he was 7 or 8, very accessible, and then you find all the dads who take their kids on a Saturday end up playing Masters as well. So, you know, you've got the two different age groups playing at the same time, and it is one of those things. And as people who grew up in the 90s with late 90s, early 2000s with Pokemon are getting a bit older, they're at that age where they want to collect the cards again. We saw that during the pandemic. As people were at home, there's a huge increase in nostalgia collecting, and Pokemon was part of that. And we saw huge shortages of English and Japanese products off the back of that because people were connecting with their childhood. And I think we're seeing a lot of people now, especially with World Championships having been spread out outside of the US, North America, we've seen a lot of people introduced and feel engaged with the game as well.
Yeah, they're locked in.
Yeah.
That's really, I think, the best way you described it, indeed. Yeah. They're not going anywhere. And it's, again, easy to tap in, easy to get out, easy to tap in.
Yeah.
You will spot if you pull the ultra rare, that I can tell you. Because with other games, I don't have, for example, I opened Locana recently. Okay, I see this has foiling, but I cannot tell if this is a huge hit or not. And Pokemon is really a marketing genius in that aspect. Yeah. They are really ahead of many card games in that aspect.
Absolutely. You know when you've pulled something special. Even if you're not an expert, you can go in and open a random pack and be like, oh my god, that card looks amazing.
Yes.
And yes, it is.
Yeah, that's a very nice achievement. Again, I'm quite surprised that I've outdone that last year, which is also an exceptional year. Yeah, it's insane. Also, they have sold, they were like, in Europe, they were like #1 toy property this year as well. No, last year, I believe, if I'm correct. #1 in the Netherlands, I think #1 in France, Germany as well. Yeah. But let's go to something else, which might boost sales for next year.
Oh, yes. So we all know how Japan loves cute characters, and Lisia has been one of the most popular ones in the Sun and Moon era. I think her card went to a staggering price at one point, including just the character rare card of her and Altaria. Was a very, very popular card. But yes, Pokemon card game Lisia merchandise is coming in September 2024. We've seen Lisia from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire video games.
Yes.
And this product's being released September 13th. And I think it's coming alongside the subset Paradise Dragona release. It's coinciding with the release of that. Which you'd expect. So we're going to have the sleeves, which are the regular price of 889 yen. Deck box, 500 yen, very affordable indeed. And the playmat, again, standard playmat price of 2,970 yen. You'll be able to pick these up at the Pokemon Center stores in Japan, and obviously authorized Pokemon card gym stores as well in Japan. So, again, the product looks good. Nothing absolutely sort of stand out-ish, I would say. Very simplistic sort of cloudy sky background. And you've got Lisia and Altaria in the artwork. But simply because of the character, we know that this is going to be a super popular product, don't we? Yeah,
and likely this will give the answers. Yes, this is likely going to be a dragon set. And yes, I think Lisia is going to get a nice special art rare. Or at least Altaria is getting a nice special art rare again. Who knows? Yeah. But this is going to be quite hyped for many people down the line when this is getting revealed in August. This set.
It should be interesting. The last main dragon set I think I could think of as Dragon Majesty, maybe going back to Sun and Moon era. I think it's a special set.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think it's 2018. We had a set called Dragon Majesty, which featured just dragon type Pokemon. So, and it was it was a special set. Back in those days, we only had sort of 70 card special sets in English. So, and that was based off the Japanese set. I can't remember what the name of the Japanese set was now, but yeah, it was again a special dragon set. So it seems like we're going back there 6 years later. with another dragon set, which is really nice, to be fair.
Very nice.
To be getting that. Loads of potential. Maybe we could see Zinnia again as well in this set. You don't know. As well as Lisia, you don't know. She's very much a dragon leader as well.
Yes.
Support. So yeah. But yeah, this is interesting product, and like you say, it's probably going to be extremely popular in Japan. So if you are after it, just keep an eye out for it, and don't pay over the odds. I think Pokemon are getting very good at producing enough product to meet market demand. So should hopefully be readily available. If not, there'll be reprints coming soon after as well. Anything else you'd like to add on that, Zakariya?
A little bit off topic, but it's literally on the news section of the Pokemon Center Online. They will have mobile phone number verification. And I think in the future this might be enforced to customers. So my advice is there will likely be ways to get around that. But my advice is make some friends now in Japan sooner rather than later. Because there will be maybe a time that you will need to depend on local Japanese people.
Yeah.
So please keep that in mind if you haven't heard about it already. I'm already preparing for that time because Japanese SIM card, you cannot use it outside of Japan.
Yeah. And this is a problem. I mean, I have this with Bandai Premium as well in Japan. You need verification through a Japanese phone in Japan in order to be able to order stuff. So I've got a friend who helps me with one or two things I might need off there. I don't call upon him often, but once in a while where I'm desperate for something and I want to assure myself of being able to get hold of it, they help me out. But again, useful to make a friend out in Japan, especially if you can help them as well get stuff from Europe and North America that they can't get in Japan. Complement each other and help each other out. And it's always good to make international friends that way as well, where you can be supportive of each other. But yeah, it is a thing that's coming. Japan has seen a lot of use of proxy delivery services for those outside of Japan, and they're becoming a lot more aware of it and understanding that, listen, we want to give the domestic market a better chance of getting hold of these products rather than it going to the international market. A lot of these products do say to be sold in Japan only, so they want it to be for the domestic market. So they're putting procedures in place to make sure that they protect that.
Nice.
Right, let's go over to the last thing we were going to talk about today. Nintendo Creatures and Game Freak Trademark, Glory of Team Rocket and Terastal Festival hint at possible new 2024 TCG sets. Glory of Team Rocket, that sounds like a wonderful set to me. Don't know about you, but I love Team Rocket.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the next popular set after 151, really. I think I've not seen people who dislike Team Rocket. And I think many agree that, say what you want to say, Giovanni is the OG boss of the Rocket gang. And that is just how it's going to be. And it will never change, really. And the potential is enormous. And why I'm saying this, Team Rocket is not bound to Gen 1 only. It's bound to Gen 2, Team Rainbow Rocket, Sun and Moon is also in there. So in the anime, Jesse and James had many. I'm not necessarily saying there's an anime set, because they are well past Jesse and James from the anime. It's gone for now. But not restricted to Gen 1. So that makes something very cool, and cannot absolutely wait to see what it's all about. If this is a actual set, there's no guarantee, just a trademark, but my record is clean. That's, I think, for all these trademarks, I've been correct all the time.
Yep. You've not missed yet, and you make sure it's the right categories and the right way, and you see the pattern and the trends, and
Yes.
Yeah.
Would be strange. Would be strange if it's not something else. But there's not much we can tell. It really speaks for itself. It's just like EV Heroes, right? We saw EV Heroes trademarked, and the only thing what I have, speculation for is Terastal Festival, which we're also going to talk in a second. I think we have seen all the sets now up until, let me see, just a second, until October.
Yep.
That's confirmed. Super Electric Breaker. The set before that is Paradise Dragona, which is a September set, which gives only one set, the high class spec set room. November, December, there's room for one set. January, New Year, likely new mechanics, who knows. I think this is going to be 2025 set, the Team Rocket set, if it's actually true. Talking about the high class spec set, Terastal Festival, Taj. Yeah, I think this is obvious, right? This
100%. I mean, the name just says it all, doesn't it? Terrestrial Festival. It's got to be the high class set, and we know it. It's always the last set of the year. Comes out, as you just mentioned, roughly around November time. So you've got a good month or so, and then the new set, usually you get a double set release in the new year in January to start the new TCG year. So this will be the last set of the year, the high class set, and it's going to be packed full of amazing reprints, very playable cards, new artwork for certain Pokemon, and there's always something unique in there as well, where you've got a little collection at the end where, we've seen it before with baby shinies and what have you, so let's see what they do with this one. It'll be interesting to see.
Maybe the woodblock style promos from Shrouded Fable maybe in there, maybe not. There's no guarantee, but there's, again, like we said, big potential, many archwares hopefully to be featured. That's, again, Shiny Treasure EX. I think it's not the best ever set. You can see it also back in the secondary market. It is being sold below retail, if I'm correct still. So not the best ever set. This will be, I think they will have to do very, very bad to make a worse set than Shiny Treasure EX. Let's see what the future brings. And but Glow of Team Rocket.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Some really exciting stuff to look forward to, for sure.
Many people are so hyped, including myself, you as well.
Yeah.
Who doesn't dislike Team Rocket? I think is awesome. And who knows what they do.
Yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on that one. Could be some booster boxes I might want to open when it comes to that set for sure, especially Glory Team Rocket. And Terastal Festival, again, really interested to see what they introduce for the special aspect of those cards. Hopefully some really good looking ARs in there as well. And they always introduce one or two new EX cards as well into that set.
Yes.
They might not be the most playable, but you're going to get one or two EXs in there. But you get some really playable reprints, which are going to be really good to look forward to.
Yeah, the thing is, what I somewhat dislike about Terra EX special art rares is, if you've seen all the Terra special arts before, it is most likely in the cave. It's very, very busy with all the Terra shards on there, like the Charizard Shiny. It's not my favorite card. I want to see more of them. More composition, right? Like maybe it's far in the cave, lighting up, you are walking towards it, but it's too in your face, in my opinion. That's the unfortunate thing about SVRs right now. Would love to see a different perspective on all these cards in the future. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's it. We've come to the end of the podcast. So it's a wrap for this episode 45. As we've said, it's going to be the last podcast we've done in this particular format.
Yes.
I'll hopefully be back in the future as a guest host alongside Zakariya on this podcast. But as we said, our schedules just don't fit together at the moment. I do shift work. Zakariya works Monday to Friday. There's international borders that we need to work through as well. Timings are a bit difficult, but it's been an absolute pleasure working on the podcast over the last 4 years with Zakariya. And you can see me around. I'm known as TCG Taj now on X if you want to follow me. I do a lot of commentary on the One Piece card game. I will be commentating on the online regional for Raid and Trade on the 29th of June. And I've got a few more events coming up as well. So if you do want to sort of follow me, feel free to. And I still do show interest in the Pokemon side of things as well. So I do retweet quite a few Pokemon bits now and again as well. But that's it from me, Zakariya, from you.
Yes, once again, thank you very much for the past 4 years. It's been amazing, right? This podcast also laid the foundation of what you are doing today.
Yeah.
I think this podcast helped you
100%.
getting more confident indeed, in casting stuff, right? One Piece events as well. And Battle Spirit Saga as well, one of your first casting events.
Yep.
Yeah. And who knows what the future might bring. I know you have some very nice plans regarding Bandai and One Piece.
Yep.
I can't wait for you to see them. And I wish you all the best in your One Piece journey so far. And I'm certain you will pull it off. You already are doing excellent.
Thank you, my friend.
Maybe you will revert back. Who knows what One Piece might do. I think One Piece is there to stay. It's doing... I don't know if you have seen it, but eBay Japan recently published the numbers of what sold again the past year. And Pokemon Japan, Pokemon Cards still number one.
Yep.
But One Piece is very, very creeping up to be the absolute number 2. And it already is. So
it's a very good game, very good mechanics. I love
yes.
it. I play it several times a week, but yeah, hopefully it stays around. But I'll be back in the Pokemon space as well at some point, and tapping in and out, and hopefully playing the game as well. I do like attending pre-releases for Pokemon as well once in a while, so I'll keep on top of that as well. But thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and see you soon. Take care. Bye.